So, you know how everybody walks around saying they're tired all the time? Well, that's pretty much BS compared to how people felt a few hundred years ago. Let's talk about how caffeine changed the world and how you can get the best bang for your buck if you choose to drink coffee. Hang on while I put on this Argyle sweater so I can look more like a history professor. Just a few short centuries ago, Europe walked around half drunk, half hungover all the time. They had hard cider for breakfast with their kids, beer breaks at work, and beer or wine with dinner. Why? Because the fermentation process kills germs. And out of the many ways you can die, diarrhea didn't sound like a very fun way to kick the bucket. Coffee, however, had the benefit of being a sterilized drink that didn't turn your entire society into a scene from Animal House. Toga. That's why everything changed when coffee made its way out of Ethiopia in the 1400s. Everyone went from frat party mode to political party mode. They had more creative energy, better linear thinking, and didn't need to sleep as much. Hence the Age of Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution, and capitalism.
Yay!
Just imagine a collectively depressed society switching from day drinking all day every day to double fisting lattes and getting the benefits of alertness, better concentration, and energy to spare.
Yay!
It doesn't take a genius to imagine a huge cultural shift. For the better, we think. In fact, the French Revolution and the American Revolution were planned in coffee houses.
Yay!
So while it may seem crazy that our world drinks 2.25 billion cups of coffee every day, maybe it's not such a bad thing. Or is it? Your father was right when he said there's no free lunch, so let's talk about the major drawbacks of drinking caffeine. Enter sleep disruption and energy slumps. While caffeine was a giant leap forward for our forefathers, it can wreak havoc on our sleep if we let it get out of balance. Plus, it can let us down midday and lead to an afternoon crash. As painful as it may sound, start your day by getting sunlight in your eyeballs and having a nice glass of water. Why? Without boring you with the scientific explanation of adenosine that we'd probably screw up anyway, suffice it to say that caffeine doesn't wake you up, it blocks the stuff that makes you tired. So if you wait to use caffeine until your body starts to produce the stuff that makes you tired, you'll make it further into your day before you start to run out of energy. You'll also want to stop drinking caffeine in the early afternoon so it's worn off well before you hit the sack at night, as caffeine will disrupt sleep patterns. So, let's recap. Number 1, coffee changed the world, and you'd likely have a British accent if our forefathers hadn't sat around scheming over a cup of joe in a coffee shop. Number 2, don't drink coffee for the first couple hours after waking up. Number 3, don't drink coffee after 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's how to be a more functional human and a more responsible drug addict. Speaking of being a functional human, we want you to be the most functional version of yourself. So now that you have a more functional head, let's talk about your feet. We believe modern tennis shoes come with a whole host of problems that wreck your posture and contribute to poor running form. That's why we sell zero-drop shoes with a wider than average toe box. Just visit funkshoes.com and follow your nose to learn more. Oh, and all the cool kids are subscribing to this channel, so like, subscribe, and keep your eyes peeled for more fun, functional content.